Is Doctor Who going to become too American? Midnight releases on Iplayer, double episode premiere. The Whoniverse is coming in May, but maybe so are the Americans. Now, a lot of people lost their mind when Disney Plus was announced as being a part of R2-D2's new era. People feared losing that sense of Britishness, losing our jammy Dodgers and tea references. And the latest news with Midnight releases, which implies it is to benefit the US Disney Plus release, has set alight everyone's fears all over again. But, to be honest, I don't see why. The Whoniverse is obviously a continuation of Russell's first attempt at a shared universe, one that was incredibly underrated in the wider TV landscape, although all Whovians loved it and adored it. And the title is not unsubtly similar to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The problem is, Moffat's era was layered in criticism of being low budget. Even though Chibnall's era seemed a remarkable improvement, it still looked second class compared to other massive sci-fi shows out there like Apple's Foundation, for example. Although the Flux miniseries really changed that perception for me. I at least thought it looked absolutely amazing and could compete with most other massive streaming shows out there. Doctor Who has always struggled to compete with US shows. The BBC doesn't have the money, the licence fee's been frozen, and don't even get me started on how that is impacting on TV workers' lives and lack of work. But for Doctor Who, it's always needed a boost. That one outsider to give it the money to truly reach its potential, and Disney is that. I don't see this as Doctor Who selling its British soul out for better looking villains, but I see this more as RTD's attempt at once again modernising the series. Streaming is the future. If Doctor Who needs to compromise with a modern world in order for it to look as good as it can and stay on our TVs in the long term, it needs to do this. But I do have two small issues. I will miss sitting down at tea time and watching Doctor Who with my dad. Hell, I'm in my mid-20s and I still do that. I've travelled around different parts of the country and we've waited to watch the episodes so that we could do that together. I've done it since I was like 8, but I can still do that. It might take away from that specific family timing and that feeling, but I can still arrange that. Sure, I'll have to avoid spoilers, but with the US shows got like Game of Thrones that air at different time zones anyway, I'm sort of used to it after all these years. My main gripe is with the lack of episodes. A double premiere means even less weeks with the Doctor. We only get 8 to 9 episodes a year, and without a spin-off filling that gap, it feels like a sugar rush that will flare and fade too quickly to capture a new audience for the long term. Yet I also know the trouble that Moffat and RTD went through with the 13-episode series and the mental toll it took. They talked about this all the time in interviews. Maybe I'm just a grumpy, greedy fan. Actually, I think I know I am a grumpy, greedy fan who just wants more and more Doctor Who, but I need to realise, and I think we all do, that quality over quantity is best. And if less episodes a year means that it's more likely we get to keep Rusty Davies and future showrunners and retaining them, I'll accept that. Overall, it's all a bit odd, this mad panic. The show needs to grow and modernise. This isn't just becoming American, it's just becoming modern. Or else it will die away with many other shows. It needs to go worldwide again, like it did with the 50th under Matt Smith. And hopefully when the Whoniverse comes, it is coming to stay for the long term. No more wilderness years. We won't go through an era where we have no showrunner willing to take it up because of the mad amount of episodes or the low budget. Anyway, thanks for listening, like and subscribe, and tell me why you thought this was absolutely fantastic, or just downright stupid. See ya.